Now we're going to try to draw a femur bone. A femur bone is the largest bone in our body. It's the upper part of our leg. And it is what we would consider to be like a typical bone. Like when you think about a bone, a lot of people think this. Two lines and kind of these two curves on the top and the bottom. And that is a bone, I guess, but when you really look at it, it's a little bit different. In this section right here, I want you to draw a sphere and a cylinder. We're going to talk about those in just a few minutes and the shading of those two things. And then in this box over here, so now we have 1, 2, 3, and we're working on our fourth box, our fourth space here. We're going to draw a femur bone. And when you look at this femur bone, you're going to notice that there's a little bit of a curve to the bone. And at the top, you see where it kind of bumps out. But then there's like more of a circle up here. And it's an uneven shape. And you can see where that circle fits right into the hip bone here, or the pelvis. So that's what we're drawing. It's more of a circle. And then down at the bottom, it's hard to see because of the patella is in the way, or our kneecap. But we do kind of make it like we would imagine a bone to be. And up and down where all the joints connect and the patella covers up. And then it connects to the fibula and tibula. So this is a good start to a bone, a simple bone. Now we're going to think about that light coming down on here. Now I told you to make a circle or a sphere and a cylinder because that's what we see right here. We see a cylinder in this section and we see some spheres on the edges or ends of the bone. So again, if my sunlight is coming up from over here, or my light source, you're going to imagine the light hitting right over here, which means this is the lightest value, and our darkest value is going to be on the other end. So we're going to start by shading that in, darkest end first. Now because we have a sphere, when I'm drawing my value, I'm thinking about that circular motion. Sometimes I like to actually curve my line, and that helps it look more circular. I'm going for a medium value now, so I'm cross-hatching. But when I'm cross-hatching, I'm using my curved lines instead of my straight lines. And I'm coming up with 3 different values at the very least. Darkest value, medium, and light. I'll do the same thing down here, creating a dark value on the opposite side of the light. And again, I'm thinking of the shape that I'm actually drawing. And so I'm curving my line as I come across here. And over here is a light value because that's where the sun is, where the light source is hitting. You're going to do the same thing to your bone, your femur bone here. Having this is like the cylinder. Darkest over on the edge. And when I bring that value across, that medium value, now I'm curving my line to make sure that it feels or looks like a cylinder. And then at the top and the bottom we have 4 spheres all together. So I'm going to treat each of them as if they're their own individual. So you see a dark and a light down here, a dark, medium, and light value along here. Same here, thinking about the dark value on the same side, going into a medium value, and then back into a light, and the dark value, medium, and light. Go ahead and give your bone a little bit of shape to it by adding value.